Password required.
Dude, seriously?
Come on, man. Password required.
I literally just stepped out for a rip at the Fumar too, and
What do you always say? The second we abandon protocol is the second the objective is compromised.
All right. Password is intestinal fortitude.
Access granted. So welcome, guys. We got something new for you this time.
Outside Intel fam.
We wanted to get back sooner than we usually would, so we decided to make a video that wouldn't take us upwards of 150 hours to produce. So yeah, we decided to sit down in the bunker here and direct broadcast a little mini morsel for you.
New territory in the Outside Intel universe.
Yeah, we might do new movies that come out. We might do old movies that no one cares about.
I don't care.
And we might have some familiar sound bites joining us along the way. Our first selection for Uplink was actually Addison's suggestion. I'm not really sure why, because even though it was Addison's suggestion, it is my favorite bad movie. We chose to watch 2004's Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman, Kate Beckinsale, and a bunch of other people that I don't think ever went on to be in a single other movie. Except for Faramir. You pointed out, I keep fucking him up. My guy, I'm sorry. You and your helmet hair look so great in this movie.
Well, I don't think the other people even needed to be in another movie after this, because, they did all the acting you could conceivably do in a single movie.
It's true.
In every scene. It's just going hard. Oh, he got some vibrato on it.
He's a little operatic. They're career-defining roles, you know? I mean, that's the thing. You hit the peak, just retire, you know?
It's true.
Fuck it. You made it to the top.
I mean, I think that's actually the reason I kind of wanted to do this one first, is because it is so aggressive in its style.
It's kind of a perfect word for it.
It's amped up beyond belief. Everything's hyper cartoonish.
Yes. No, absolutely. And it is once you're saying that, I was like, it's kind of the perfect movie for our channel, because we love something that's ludicrous, that kind of goes over the top.
Yeah.
We love an absurd performance, some absurd CGI.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like to fly?
So if you haven't seen 2004's Van Helsing, this is about the Bram Stoker character who is a vampire hunter. He actually pops up in the original Dracula. And this was actually made by Stephen Sommers as this kind of ode to all of the OG Universal Monster movies. And so in this movie, Van Helsing gets dispatched to Transylvania, where rumor has it there are some vampires terrorizing people, and he goes up against the legendary Count Dracula. Along the way, we encounter a Wolfman. I guess it's not really the Wolfman, but a Wolfman, and also Frankenstein's monster. So we have all of these characters in a 2-hour movie that literally just doesn't fucking stop.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that's undeniably enjoyable about it, even though obviously it's schlock. It's great schlock.
What?
That is.
You heard me. You heard me.
Say it again.
I said it.
Say it again. I will paint the walls of this bunker with your blood, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
But no, I do like your use of undeniable enjoyment. That actually gets you out of the negative with what you followed.
Well, what I said was it's high tier schlock.
It is. No, it is to me, I know, I reckon, it's a bit, guys. It is terrible. But yeah, it's great schlock.
So much so that even the elements that you would think would slow down a movie like this, like Van Helsing has this whole kind of mysterious backstory where he doesn't remember who he is.
Lore, we get lore in
Lots
this movie.
of lore, but that's touched on really quick, kind of glossed over. and then it's just barreling ahead right after that.
I pointed out to you that one of the reasons it's rated PG-13 is for nonstop...
I wrote it down. Non-stop creature action violence.
What? I'm going to be honest. I've never seen that in the rating box before or since. And I remember being like 14 years old and being like, oh, this movie's for me.
I kept looking at it thinking there was a comma that I was missing.
No.
Non-stop creature action violence.
Just like this movie, it doesn't stop. No commas. We're fucking full steam ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I was also like the target demo for this movie, I feel like. I was 14 years old, so you give me Hugh Jackman, who is at that point Wolverine, Kate Beckinsale, who's in Underworld and is just... Yep. And then all of the Universal monsters, which I was super into as a kid, the kind of movie, I don't know if I've talked about this before on the channel, but like the movie that got me into making movies and like appreciating movies really was The Wolfman. So I was very much like the perfect fucking audience member for this movie. I'm going to be real. I feel like I had to have seen it in theaters, but I don't have memories of that.
You just remember watching it a bajillion times on DVD.
Yes. Once it came out on DVD, I think I bought it literally the day it came out. And then we had this like tiny little TV in the guest room at my parents' house. And because, you know, they were not going to let me take up like over 2 hours of the TV every single night, because I did watch it every single night for at least a week after buying it. Yeah, I went and I watched it on this little like 9-inch screen television in the guest room, and was just like, oh my God, Van Helsing's so cool.
I think it's cool.
This is the part where, as a 13-year-old, I was like, I would totally put my hat on Kate Beckinsale. You know I'd do that.
Since the transformation scene was such a big part of the reason you got into the original Wolfman, I know you quite appreciate the transformation scene in this movie.
I fuck with it hard, and I kind of get why people might not like it, because it is just like pretty ridiculous. But I just think it's like Stephen Sommers kind of says in the behind the scenes, like, you know, everybody's done the transformation thing. It's kind of played out to a certain degree. So like we wanted to do something new, and that's my whole thing. Like, I don't want them to try to do some like fading, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the transformation fucking rips.
I think he made a good point that
No pun intended.
There's so many good different kinds of wolf transformation scenes in movies. Like there's the classic old school Wolfman, obviously, for its time. And then you have like American Werewolf in London, The Howling or something like that.
Yes. Is that the Jack Nicholson?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. There's been so many different ways of interpreting that.
Right.
That I think really going for something different was a good idea. I like the tearing the skin off to, you know, reveal the werewolf underneath. Wasn't crazy about the final werewolf design, and I get the feeling that the character designers weren't very happy about that final design either.
I wonder why.
Stephen Sommers kept on asking us to make the legs stronger, so that drove the design too. So from the original concept, which was kind of feral looking and skinny and wild looking.
Yeah, he's just very, very ripped and
pumped,
you might say.
Well, it's very funny because Hugh Jackman said in the making of that, like, this is around the time he's making X-Men, so of course he's like super fucking in shape and just like shredded like 8-pack, and then they just like make the werewolf super shredded too, like the way his, I don't know, I can't even think about what the other guy, but like Hugh Jackman's werewolf, when he, spoilers, but when he transforms at the end, like has fucking rippling abs, and it's just very funny. And
like long, like bear hair.
Hair you could hold on to, if you know what I'm saying. The movie I was thinking of was Wolf, the Jack Nicholson werewolf movie.
Okay, yeah, that's not what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no.
That's like a comedy, right?
Maybe?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't know. I do think there's something I really do appreciate about the fact that like Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale, like the two leads, are probably the most subdued characters. You know, the dude playing the Wolfman, the dude playing Dracula, and at least the guy playing Frankenstein's monster, and all the brides are just hamming it up so fucking hard every time they're on screen. It fucking rules.
It definitely has the 2000s aesthetic to it.
Oh, hard. Yeah, you can tell exactly when that movie's made.
And that actually might be one of the reasons I wasn't crazy about the Dracula in this movie. It's not even so much the actor, it's kind of the look. Like, I think Stephen Sommers described him as a pompous rock star.
Yeah, which
and I'm
is
like, that's not...
If that's what you're going for, please go a different direction.
Not for me.
What, we're having someone else play this role? Like, come on. Yeah, I get that. That dude's performance is so on point for what that movie is.
Yeah, I definitely think it would have been a mistake with this movie to play it straight. And try to be subtle and
if there's one thing this movie is not, it is subtle.
Wretched undead! I shall have my revenge! Though I walk through the valley of the I shall fear no evil!
Oscar.
God, he's going for it. So I think I might know another reason why 13-year-old David liked this movie so much.
Why?
It has a very 13-year-old boy fascination with the sexy side of the Universal monsters.
Well, you know Dracula, he's so sexy. The brides of
Evil
Dracula,
and
they're
sexy.
so sexy.
Wicked and sexy. Evil and sexy.
When you're watching the original Dracula and you see Van Helsing and then you imagine him as a much younger man, he's so sexy. But she hot though too. I'm suddenly conflicted on how I feel about these characters.
They're both so hot though.
Dude, yeah, wait, who do I root for? They're both so hot.
Hugh Jackman's a man, but he's so hot.
Everyone in this movie is so fucking hot right now. I don't know what to do. Dude, look at her. She's so diabolical. You'd never know she was so hot from looking at her. They're not hiding the fact that they were just going for the most sexy, twisted version of Van Helsing that they possibly could.
He is evil, but he's very sexy.
So it's like wicked but beautiful and nasty but beautiful. And then just getting the look. Are they naked? Are they not naked?
I don't know what it is about him, but he does something sexy and twisted and really cool.
Hot? Like, now that I think about it, you think about the Universal monster movies and, like, yeah, you know, they've got the young woman who's playing the love interest a lot of time, but, like, there's always, like, an old man, if not several old men in those movies. Lon Chaney doesn't exactly look young in the Wolfman, you know, and then it's almost like, did you ever see that movie In Time?
You can't hide 100 years in the ghetto.
Is that the one where you like sell the time that's marked on your arm?
Yes.
And stuff? Okay, yes, I did see that.
Yes. So it got so roasted because it's like everybody, you stop aging at 25. It's just they put every hot person that was around in that movie because it's just like, even if you're 60, you technically look like you're 25, so you're still fucking hot, you know?
Yeah,
and it's
Justin Timberlake's mom is his same age, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce my mother-in-law, Clara, my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Sylvia.
And it's like, it's kind of got the same treatment with
It does,
this.
yes.
I mean, not for like Frankenstein's monster, but you know, the dude
Well,
who's the
speak for
Wolfman,
yourself.
and Cade Beckinsale, Van Helsing, Dracula's brides, they're all fucking hot.
They're just long hair flowing in the wind.
Just piece of ass, piece of ass, piece of ass.
Get his ass, get his ass, get his ass!
Look at him, he's so upset, she's so hot. Look at him, he's so hot. He's such a hot wolf man. His eyes are so sexy. Well, look at him.
Well, just one thing I was going to say that I thought was a weird detail is they gave Dracula so many henchmen, like too many different kinds of henchmen. There's
You don't like the Dwergy?
There's Frankenstein, there's Igor, there's the Wolfman, there's his brides.
What the fuck is going on?
Exactly. there's the Jawa minions, right?
Yep. The Dwergy.
The Dwergy.
I can't believe you didn't remember that. I don't know if they ever even say that in the movie.
The Dwergies, they are doing well, huh?
And then there's the
Dwergies.
the thousands of little gargoyle babies.
Oh yeah. I always for some reason forget about that. And then they get in the egg sack room and I'm like, oh yeah. We about to pop off. Come on. Can't do that with CGI. You can't get that
What
kind
is
of
Hugh
fucking...
Jackman supposed to dig his fingers into now?
Look at that slime. Look at that oatmeal.
They don't make slime like that anymore.
One other thing I wanted to touch on was it kind of like predates Marvel with a Marvel-ish style in a lot of ways.
Very much so.
The tone, like there's this tongue-in-cheek kind of humor to meta humor almost to it. And then there's obviously like all the over-the-top action. There's that, like we said, the scene where they release thousands of gargoyle babies, and that's not enough.
Vampire
so by the
babies.
ending, you need tens of thousands of vampire bat babies.
Oh,
you gotta amp it up. It's gotta.
my children.
It felt a bit like that feeling you get in a Marvel movie by the end, where you're like, oh, all right.
What if we just had 3,000 baby vampires on screen at the same time, all flying around? It's just like,
You could do that.
Could. Yeah.
But that's one thing I really commend about this movie, especially in hindsight, is looking at all the work that went into the sets and the makeup and the prosthetics. It really is kind of made in that last hurrah era of, yes, obviously there's a lot of CG in it, but that's used as a tool among lots of other tools that they have to make the movie.
And that's the thing. It almost feels like, you know, we were talking about how it's like almost I mean, I guess you have a few more years of it, but kind of in that last hurrah for really good behind the scenes footage. And it feels like that almost went away the less people cared about being like, look at this fucking cool thing we did and how much, you know, just so many things like that like in movies now, they're just like, we had 2,600 CGI shots in the movie.
Yeah,
and, we worked for 138 days straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I stand by every
frame a painting.
Yes. Now, I do want you to kind of talk at least a little bit about, you had a concept, because there is a lot of kind of almost like operatic performances. And you were like, I kind of feel like this naturally works in another medium.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the performances are very theatrical. A lot of the actors and stuff are theater actors.
Feel this.
So much so that the performances verge into musical theater territory.
It feels like almost Broadway-ish. Like, I feel like they're about to break out into song any second now.
Dude, that's such a good way to describe
Dracula!
this, I fucking hate musicals, but you're so right. Like, dude, even this move,
Yeah,
like something so useless, and being like, I have control of you now with two of my fingers under your chin. What is it? What?
Yeah, come on. The musical Van Helsing.
Oh my God, Van Helsing. Van Helsing. Yeah, you pointed out we need Van Helsing, the musical.
The musical.
And I was like, it's perfect. Hugh Jackman has done, I think, at least 2, right? Oh, he did Les Mis, didn't he?
Stole a loaf of bread.
Yes.
So he did Les Mis, he did that Greatest Showman in the World thing, and then I swear there's another one.
He did some where he was like a Copacabana boy, where he's like dancing around and shit. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, am I, baby? I think you're right. It has the potential, you know? It's got all the ingredients there. They just made it into a movie as opposed to a stage production. But we could get something quite fantastic.
I feel like we should write that. We said when we were watching it, this might be our new mission.
How did you know what my dream project is?
Van Helsing!
How did you know?
I will not help you, Dracula!
You're my servant now, Mr. Wolfman. Oh shit, here we go. This is one of the non-original numbers for the musical, which actually incorporates some of the music from the
come on.
film.
This is...
What are you doing? You must find the cure.
The cure, the cure, the cure, the cure.
I think we actually need to get on that because I don't think any other Van Helsing media is really being made right now. Apparently there's a reboot that's been in the works since 2020, but other than the director coming out every 2 years to say it's still happening, there's no real evidence to show that it's still happening.
See, this is exciting. This like gives me goosebumps.
I have been waiting for a Van Helsing sequel, really, because here's the thing. I don't know. This could just be my memory. That at one point, like Stephen Sommers was talking about making a sequel where he was going to feature more like Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, and The Invisible Man. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Like just sweating. I was so excited about it. You know?
It's clear that a sequel was in mind because there's so much in this movie that's sequel bait.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got deep lore. Yeah, he's old as hell. He's the Dunedain.
Yeah, and apparently a sequel was being worked on before the first one even came out. And Universal thought it was going to be such a big hit. And it did all right in theaters, right? Like it made money.
Yeah, I think it made like $400 million on a budget that was not that steep.
In a world where Agent Cody Banks got sequels, it's like...
That's what I'm saying. The number of just completely mediocre movies that have gotten sequels and that this absolutely batshit up to 11, just fucking nitrous-fueled insanity didn't get another one.
Insane.
And it's like Hugh Jackman, arguably like the peak of his career. Right. You fucking killed off Kate Beckinsale like James Bond girl style,
It's kind of formatted like a Bond movie in a way. Like he goes and gets his Q devices, all his gadgetry, and then he has the Bond girl who dies tragically at the end of this movie, setting him up for a different Bond girl in the next movie.
Because he's just so fuckable that everywhere he goes.
I mean, come on, just watch the behind the scenes. They're like wetting themselves over Hugh Jackman.
He's dashing, he's strong. He is handsome. He's capable of kicking ass.
Back off, pal.
Girls want to be with him. Guys want to be like him.
He's strong and he's fit and he has good humor and he doesn't give off a sense of arrogance or vanity, and yet he's extremely cute as well.
Yes, I wanted a sequel so bad. Apparently they're doing a reboot. Yeah, it kind of sounds like probably not, but also why not? It's these classic Universal IPs that they're never going to drop. It's not like they're not going to make another. Because wasn't that fucking that recent like Dracula Untold or Dracula Begin, whatever the fuck that thing was called? Wasn't that like actually a Universal?
Yeah, that was their first attempt at restarting the whole thing.
Right, that was pre-Mummy, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm like, so clearly we're not done doing this,
The Mummy movie bombed so bad that they are kind of like acting like they're not going to do this all over again. But we know, in a few years. I think they did The Invisible Man too, right? But they did it as like a little small indie horror movie kind of thing.
Yes. And that is like the weirdest thing ever to me, that is... Yeah, the next iteration of The Invisible Man. Because like I saw that trailer and I said, oh, they're doing a Man Who's Invisible movie. And then, heard that and was like, that was?
What's weird about that 2017 Mummy too is I read that apparently it started out as a Van Helsing reboot with the same writing team and Tom Cruise playing Van Helsing.
Which I'm like, no.
He
ain't got it.
And why you would not put Hugh Jackman in another Van Helsing movie.
Also because like dude, fucking, have you seen Logan?
Yeah.
Dude, imagine him like Logan style.
An older, like grizzled
Van Helsing that's been hunting for a long time and is just like, I'm so over this shit, but it never fucking ends.
Yeah, which is extra lame because apparently the reboot, they're talking about just being a whole different recasting.
Oh yeah, that's what I expected.
Yeah. Which is so fucking, come on, it's right there in front of you.
I know.
Grizzled Van Helsing.
I'm so glad that you have come around to loving Van Helsing as I do. Perhaps not with the passion that I do, but it is my favorite bad movie. I'm glad that it has at least like stood the test of time as quality schlock. You know, it was never gonna exist in any other way other than that. You know, but I'm glad it did at least do that.
It definitely holds up as that, and is more entertaining than a lot of movies that are supposedly so bad it's good. The performances, even when the effects are bad, that's even more entertaining. You know, like the best death scene in history.
Come on,
dude, it's so good.
Oscars, give this man an Oscar.
A fucking harpsichord anthem that gets you on your fucking feet every single time.
I can't believe we forgot the music by Alan Silvestri, who did Predator and a bunch of other movies, I think.
Absolute banger.
That fucking harpsichord.
We were tearing shit up. Like the bunker walls were shaking because we were just like fucking raging out. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. I'm telling you, dude. Like, let's fucking go!
If you ever hear that coming down your street, just know it's us or Van Helsing.
Yeah, yeah. So fucking good.
Come on.
So fucking good. You know what we're about to do. You know what it's about to break into. Let's go. Hands up. Hands up. But I suppose with that, we will wrap up our discussion of the amazing, timeless, cherished, quality film that is Van Helsing. Everybody out there, if you can get your hands on a copy, I think it's streaming somewhere probably. It usually is. Give it a fucking watch. Have a drink during it. If you don't drink...
like we did.
If you don't drink, yeah, no worries. It's gonna rip just as hard. Get a homie. Cackle till your stomach hurts at some of these fucking line reads.
You'll enjoy it just as much as we did, I'm sure. We hope you enjoyed this Uplink. We'll see you on the next one.
Adios.
I shut you down, John.